You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary, the Coming Attractions episode. I'm Joe Findley.
And I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are excited. We're coming up on
What are we
Canada
coming up on
Day.
here? Canada Day!
And 4th of July.
Woo! What?
And we want to celebrate our countries.
I would like to just, I'll take any reason to celebrate. I don't give a shit.
Celebrate good times, come on.
I will.
He will come on something.
I will.
Oh,
When's
God,
Canada
I know
Day?
what you were talking about.
What a question.
When's Canada? Anyways.
No, seriously.
Yeah, it's just
For the Americans.
It's July, baby. July 1st for us.
Well,
July
July the
4th for you.
4th.
Well,
That's always when like the Will Smith movie comes out. What Will Smith movie is it going to be this year? It always was. July 4th was always Will Smith Day.
Yeah.
Ever since Independence Day.
I remember when we were in Huntsville,
Yep.
we were up north, and that's when we signed Independence Day. We were freaked out, though, because we didn't really understand the term. What they said only in theaters July 4th was what they said. And we
Yes.
were up north at the time.
Yep.
And we were like, oh my God, it's only in theater on this day.
For like one day.
For one day only. We were that stupid. And
Well, it also was just, as long as you believe it, just hype it up more than we got to go that day.
We got to go. And we went to the longest, skinniest theater.
Yes.
In the
You need
history
like
of
one of
world.
those, little binoculars that rich people use at the opera. They
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
You're not even facing the screen. That's how far you are. You could be looking at a wall.
We were.
I don't know.
Well, I felt miles
It's like going to
away.
WrestleMania. You're like 4 cities over. Like I can't even.
Friend of mine, he was at WrestleMania, and I guess he had to complain that there was a light in his eye.
Right.
Like one of the big stage lights was pointing right at his face
Nice.
for like 2 hours. And then they eventually moved it, and they gave him free tickets to another show.
Seriously.
Yeah, they did right by him.
Wow.
Good
Pretty
for-
sweet.
Good for them, good for him. And they were like, where are you from? And like, what area would you be closest to? And that kind of thing. And they gave him tickets for a Toronto house show.
No way.
Yeah.
I was just at a Toronto house show. It was wicked.
Awesome.
Good arena too. Rico Coliseum.
Yeah, it's funny because they're doing all that stuff there now. Like the time when I was going there, it was only the big arenas and
Right.
stuff, right? Even the house shows were still like Air Canada Center and all that kind of thing.
Oh, these things are awesome now, man. You're like right there.
Nice.
You see the size of like Braun Strowman and stuff. Like, holy shit.
I'm sure I could take him.
Oh, I think so too.
It'll be fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
But anyways, we wanted to celebrate our two countries. We want to thank all of our American listeners. We want
Yes.
to thank our Canadian listener.
Yes.
Which is probably me, if I really break it down. They're from
I think
St.
most people are in the States, I think.
About 90% of our listeners are from the States.
In California.
Well, that's, yes. Yeah, have you guys...
One little area.
Did you guys secede yet? I don't know what the deal was with that. Although we are recording these ahead of time, so it may well have happened by now.
Oh my God, the whole thing could be over.
Yeah.
Oh my, we're just broadcasting to a blank nothingness. The whole world is imploded or exploded or both.
I feel about the same either way. But we wanted to find a movie that combined both the best of Canada and the best of America, in that it combined neither of the best of Canada nor the best of America. And then, well, could we have a bonus? Find some kind of bonus? Let's find a movie that Todd Murray is in.
Boom, baby. I'm in it. I wanted to ask. That probably just blew everybody's speaker out.
Yep.
And it should have. This is a monumental film. I am honest to God in this movie. I got to meet the stars. Well, actually, I didn't really get to meet them. Like, they were just right there.
You got to be near them.
Yeah, near them. So
Yes.
I feel like that's the same thing.
Yes.
I wanted to ask if this is the first movie ever that we could pause for like a second.
You know what? Let's do
You'll never
it.
see me if we don't pause.
That's true.
So everyone at home, play along. We'll play a fun game, Pause to Find Todd. And Cam Sanders, who was in school with me at the time.
Yes.
Remember him?
I do.
He gets a way better screen time than me. I was pissed.
He gets an extreme close-up
Oh,
with
yeah.
face paint on.
Yep.
I remember that vividly.
Man, I was like so happily
Yeah.
Now I'm over it.
We're going to tell a lot of
I
stories.
tried to kill his family.
That's fine. But we're good. Yeah, Todd's going to share some stories from that day.
Mhm.
We still haven't even talked about what the movie is yet,
Mm-hmm.
because we're those kind of people.
Showgirls.
Yeah, that's right. A 14-year-old Todd Murray was in Showgirls in the
played,
background.
I played Elizabeth Berkley's vagina.
Yeah, and
I was hairy.
our buddy Cam was Gina Gershon's G-string.
Good deal.
Yes. No, that was not the movie. The movie that we're talking about is Michael Moore's only foray into fictional film. It is a movie. It was the last movie released featuring John Candy.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is true. It
That
wasn't
was
the
Wagons East.
That's the last one he made. It's not the last one that was released.
Aha!
So, yeah, he died while making Wagons East, but this came out after
Right on.
because Michael.
They did it for me.
They did it for
They
you.
said, Todd, we want you to be in
Yeah.
John Candy's last.
Yeah, John Candy's
Film.
notorious B.I.G. movie.
Be
Got one
awesome.
from the archives.
Sweet.
All right, this movie, if you haven't figured it out now, and you probably haven't because nobody went and saw this movie, is Canadian Bacon.
It's actually, I really like it, not just because I'm in it. I think it's very funny.
It's a fun movie, good satire. It's one of those ones, reading reviews, it was really poorly received when it first came out, but now people are like,
even
it's more
poorly
No.
resumed.
resumed, yes. It's actually now more relevant than ever. I'm about 10 years after. It was during when Bush went into Iraq.
Yes.
It
This movie is like a prophecy maker.
It became a really big point of relevance. And then now again, we're kind of revisiting this from time to time.
Nostradamus predicted this movie. This movie predicted the future.
It's true. But he did not see John Candy's death coming, which is
No.
weird because he was over 300 pounds, and I saw it.
Oh my God, what a beautiful man.
He was
An
a
absolutely beautiful man.
and we'll talk a lot about him.
Yeah, I
next
just
time.
I just watched Caddyshack for like the first time in like I don't even know how long.
Yes.
And to tell you something, like I honestly, this might blow people's minds. I thought the movie was terrible.
We just had this discussion.
Oh my God, did we?
Well, no, remember, I was telling you during our Roadhouse episode, I think it was, I was telling you how it looks so disjointed and weird.
Yeah, did we really?
Yeah, and you said I'll have to keep that in mind when I watch
Oh,
it.
that's weird because
Yeah.
like it sucked.
Yeah.
What a fuck, like what a terrible. I was like, this movie sucks. And then when I went back, Rodney Dangerfield was awesome.
Yes. Well,
And I'll tell
he was just Rodney Dangerfield.
That's all he was. So he was awesome in the movie. But like every time Chevy Chase speaks, you can tell he's like dripping with Chevy Chase ego.
Yeah.
Every line, he's like, this is the funniest line ever delivered. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, Chevy, come on.
Yeah.
I can't understand what Bill Murray's saying. Like I had to crank it. It was like watching Bane. Like before they fixed it, I was like, what am I even hearing? And honest to God,
I give
Really
Caddyshack back to you.
I said to somebody, I was like, this movie's terrible.
Yeah.
And sorry, my throat is like, I was like coughing before, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like trying to catch up on it here. I had a terrifying nightmare with Rodney Dangerfield in it. I'm not shitting you. I was lying in bed, and this ghost went across the room, and I was so fucking scared that I was like, oh man, when he gets to the door,
Yeah.
he's going to pop out of the door. And when he was supposed to come out of the door, he was right beside me, and I literally screamed myself awake.
Oh my God.
I could not believe it. And my
Wow.
girlfriend was staring at me with her eyes bulged wide open, and she was asleep. I'm not joking you. I was like, what the shit?
To me, that's my cue to end it. It's just like, all right.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, because I screamed. And then I was like, holy shit. And there she was with her eyes wide open, just looking at me. And I was like, hey. And I was like, oh my God.
You're
Like,
dead.
I was like, holy shit.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how tempted were you to start poking the gelatinous?
Oh, the eyeballs.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gave it a couple pokes, especially from the pubicle hair in her eyeball. But seriously, the ghost was wearing like the same kind of shirt he would wear.
Yeah.
It looked like a party kind of Hawaiian kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
I think that the ghost of him, because I went off on everybody else but him in the movie.
Yes.
And he showed up in real life, and it was not funny. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
What did you think about the Irish girlfriend?
Oh my God.
Like, what was that?
The whole thing was like, what is happening here?
Biggest whore in town, I'm told.
I'm told.
I'm told. I'm like, what are you?
Well, I just like too, and then he comes back and they're all cheating on each other. But it's just like, yeah, it's cool. Hey, whatever.
That was, see, this is why we fucked up by being born in the 80s and not being like teenagers in the
What
80s.
the
Because
shit?
literally that's all anybody
Yeah.
did. And they're like, high five. We
Yeah.
just like,
Right on.
Oh, so good.
But I was thinking when I was coming
Leg
here, because we
warmers.
were going to watch Canadian Bacon.
Yeah.
I think that John Candy, out of all those old comedians, has the best movies. Because they're just, every one of them, he's awesome and they're awesome.
Yeah. And he's been, a lot of his movies have bombed too.
Like Who's Harry Crumb?
Summer Rental and like a bunch of things like that. But they were all good. They all had really, and again,
Armed and Dangerous.
there was a quote about him after he died that said that he was I can't remember. I'm just paraphrasing, but it was essentially
Parafrying.
That's
That's like when you bring your deep fryer when you parasail.
yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It's the only way I do anything.
Fuck yeah.
I brought my deep fryer on the plane before 9/11. Thanks, Obama, for 9/11, I guess.
I can't have fresh poutine on the plane.
I just thanked Obama for 9/11.
Thanks, Obama. You should have been thanking the other one there.
No, I'm thanking Obama.
Thank you, Obama.
I'm like, how dare you, lawyer Obama, cause 9/11.
He wasn't even anywhere near there because he's not even an American citizen. He was over in Kenya.
It was Kenya and doing a drum dance or something.
They'll send you back to Kenya.
It's like
Power thirst.
that Alex Jones guy. That's like,
oh my God, Alex Jones. That guy's the man.
He is. I like that he had to admit that he's full of shit so he doesn't lose his children.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
He's
no,
like,
it's
no,
exactly...
I don't believe any of the shit I'm saying.
Look
Give
at
me
all
my
the
kids.
look at the whole thing, man.
Yeah.
It's clear. We don't like to do politics, but I think it's clearly obvious at this point that Trump is not Canada's friend.
No.
He's trying to take our trees. He's trying to take everything.
Yeah.
You know, he blamed us. He blamed Canada for America's rising housing market.
Yeah.
Because our lumber is like too much.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what?
He also said we fucked up their dairy market.
Yes. Whatever you can do, right? Just play the old blame game. Blame Canada.
Well,
oh my God.
He's
blame
selling,
Canada.
Well, no, it literally. Well, he's trying to sell getting out of NAFTA.
Yes.
Right now, and he can make the order, but people won't support it, and then he'll have to go back on it. But if he can make people support it by telling them that we're fucking them over,
yeah, exactly.
Well, despite that, there's been a lot of studies that prove that he's lying completely. Now there are other.
Yeah. Oh, but then they all say that it was all those studies are done by the liberals, and
yeah,
they've rigged everything. And I watched the thing with him the other day. It was
bunch of
hilarious.
Rainbow Coalition.
He would not listen to anything that anybody said. It was a press conference. And anytime somebody's you should have seen when the guy stood up and was like, what are you going to do about the anti-Semitic, attitude that's risen?
Yeah.
There's been an actual documented uptick in anti-Semitism. And Trump was like, no, sit down. And it was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, Trumper.
Yeah. Good guy.
Anyways, whatever.
So anyways,
they're all crooked, by the way.
Oh yeah.
To any of our fans out there, politics, we're on Canada's side, right? Yeah. So we just blame Canada. We're cool with it.
Yeah. We're also, hey, I mean, we are much like so many other people. We're just anti-authority.
Yeah.
It's just whoever's in charge. We're like, well, what the hell are you doing? Why can't you just fix this problem?
Yeah, we got Trudeau. Like, fuck that guy.
Fuck everybody.
Fuck them all.
Right?
Let God sort him out.
I definitely want to fuck Trudeau.
He's so hot. That's why I voted for him.
Yeah.
I went in the booth with a boner. I put the pen inside my urethra and I clicked. Ooh. Yeah, I clicked.
He did.
I clicked it.
All right.
Like back.
Yeah. The only way to get that vision out of our head is to watch this trailer for Canadian Bacon. So
I'm
why
gonna show
not?
You my Canadian bacon.
Oh, disgusting. All right. let's have a look-see.
I have the results from the overnight tracking. It's not fair. I mean, every other president had all of the Russians to blame for everything. What have I got?
For an unpopular president.
The voters felt that your being alive or dead had no real bearing on their daily lives.
It's time to give war a chance.
Dead.
What are we going to do for an enemy now?
A riot between Americans and Canadians broke out last night.
Now, with a little inspiration.
All I said was Canadian beer sucks.
Give me 1 week and I'll have Americans burning maple leaves.
They'll create a cause worth fighting for.
Is Canadian Prime Minister Clark MacDonald a member of a satanic cult?
Oh, that is stunning.
Canadians are always dreaming up a lot of ways to ruin our lives. The metric system, for the love of God.
Do not panic. I'm in complete control. There's a time to think. There's a time to act. And this, gentlemen, there's no time to think. Move out!
Welcome to Canada.
I'm your worst nightmare.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We got ways of making you pronounce the letter O.
What we have here is a brave but misguided group of Americans who've gone right into Canada and kicked some serious Canadian butt.
Oh, Americans. Welcome to Ontario. Sportsman's paradise. Isn't it, though?
John Candy.
You Canadians are so sneaky.
Alan Alda.
Surrender pronto, or we'll level Toronto.
Rhea Perlman.
What does this look like to you?
Never saw a white man that size.
Kevin Pollak.
When have you ever heard anyone say, honey, let's stay in and order some Canadian food?
Rip Torn.
I can't kill America's neighbors.
I can.
Canadian Bacon. From the director of Roger and Me.
All right, now how did you know that was a nuclear facility?
Well, they tricked us on that one. That's a hospital.
but it's a hell of a strike.
But like seriously, how friggin' crazy is that? How many people are in this movie?
Oh yeah,
like it's
for it to bomb too, eh? It's probably because it was political.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you got a guy and an unproven filmmaker. He'd only made one real
Roger
movie.
and Me or something?
He made Roger and Me. That was the
Right.
only thing. He did a couple of things for TV. It was a couple of one of them was a spin-off thing to Roger and Me, which was like just a little TV short. that
What
he
was
did.
Roger and Me about?
Roger and
Wisconsin or something? Somebody?
Me? No, it was Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan.
It was about them shutting down the
plant.
The plant there.
That's right.
Great documentary. Great
Well,
documentary.
he's good.
Mhm.
His documentary is good.
Yeah. He's this is it for his fictional career. It did not go well.
Has he come up with anything recently? He did something, right?
He just
What are
did
we gonna bomb
Michael
next
Moore
or
and
something?
well, his most recent one was Michael Moore in Trumpland, which came out just before the election, so you can see how well that worked.
I didn't even hear of it.
Yeah. And then, he had Where to Invade Next was before that, and then he had Slacker Uprising and
Holy
Sicko.
shit.
So he's had...
Oh, Sicko was about the pharmaceutical companies, isn't it?
Yes. Well, just American healthcare in general.
Right.
Which, by the way, guys, I've had people say to me that, like, our system is screwed up compared to theirs. And I was like, oh, yeah, our healthcare's way better. And I'm like, no. I was like, I don't think you guys realize that. Because they think because it's socialized...
Right.
That there's, like, this bad thing. It's like, oh, you've got, like, wait times that are, like, days and blah, blah, blah. So you see,
It's better than nothing.
Some of our wait times are long. But I speak to American friends and stuff like that all the time who go to emergency rooms, and guess what? Same wait times.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same wait times, except it's like they give you one of those little, like, taxi things that's just, like, counting up the whole time you're
Oh,
there.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, the ticker.
Yeah, it was just
like Beetlejuice. You're like 4 bazillion and like whatever. Yeah, there goes Elvis.
So it's just tacking, like, this is your bill. It's just, as long as you're here, you're just...
Oh, like electronic showing you. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital in the States because I got a piece of metal in my eye.
Oh.
And there was nobody there.
Oh, okay.
And it was amazing. You know why? Because people have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just walked right in, literally in there for about 7 minutes. It was like $1,000-something bucks. Fuck. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Good service, though.
That's bananas.
Happy endings.
My wife.
For everyone.
Yeah. My wife watches Shameless, and they were even talking about, like, there was just one scene, the guy got mad at the girl for calling the hospital because he passed out and he had alcohol poisoning and he almost died, and he got mad because he got because of her, he got like a $2,000 medical bill or something. I know that's not a documentary, but that's not the point.
That's as real as it gets, man.
Yeah. So
fucking real as it gets. You know, I wasn't even in the preview of this commercial.
Yeah, I know.
My name's not in it.
Yeah. But
what the hell? You're trying to sell a movie here, for God's sake.
Similar to a tweet I just sent requesting my name to be in the credits for something.
What was it?
I'll get to it. Your
I'm sure you will.
No, your name appears in the credits in that all of the letters in your name appear in other people's names.
Oh, sweet.
So if you
they did exactly as I asked.
If you redact everything except your letters, it's there.
I told them to do that.
Yeah. But
they were like, would you like 2 times in the credits? And I said once at the beginning. I was like, no, you know what? Do whatever that is you just said.
Yeah. But anybody who doesn't know him, there's a UCB comedian by the name of Anthony Atamanuik, and he does the greatest.
Anthony Contaminate?
Atamanuik.
Anemic.
And he does the greatest Donald Trump. It's so, like, cartoonish and funny, and just he has all the little mannerisms down, and he's so good. And he did an off-Broadway thing with James Adomian, another comedian, where it was him playing Trump and Adomian playing Bernie Sanders, and they did a debate every night.
Right.
And
kind of like on SNL or something, right?
Kind of. And then they actually did an episode they were on at midnight together where it was just the two of them doing their thing. And he played Trump on the Chris Gethard show. And because, again, they're UCB guys.
Right.
So, but it was so funny. And then when Trump said he wasn't going to be attending the what's it called?
The yak
press.
off?
No, the press
junket.
The press corps dinner.
Corridor.
Yeah, you're not being helpful. No, when he wasn't going to attend the press corps dinner because that's usually where the president gets roasted by the keynote comedian. No, Johnny Thinskin was not going to be taking that.
Yeah, no way.
So then people started suggesting that Anthony Tamanick replace him as like a surrogate Trump. And then he'd be able to come up and have a big thing. And I thought it was a fantastic idea. And I made the hashtag Make Anthony Trump Again.
Right.
And then 2 or 3 days later at midnight, decided they're like, we want this to happen. Anthony Tamanick's been on our show, blah, blah, blah. So we want you guys to follow and hashtag things with Make Anthony Trump Again.
They used yours.
They used the one that I did. And I'm like, there's a very good chance that I didn't make it up. I'm going to look it up and go all the way back to the beginning. Who was the first guy who actually used it?
Trump.
Yes. Yeah, he's like, get me out of here. Make Anthony Trump again.
Was it
Let
you?
me go back. It was me.
No.
It was me.
They should give us a shout out.
Well, actually,
and hashtag me at the end.
In fairness, Anthony Tamanick did. So on Twitter, he gave me like a like and a retweet and all that kind of stuff.
I thought you meant like he actually did. Did you find out before that he actually did?
No, but I did put in a request because he has a show now called The President's Show.
Mm-hmm.
And on Comedy Central, where he is Trump, but it's a late night talk show, but it takes place in the White House.
It's on Comedy Central?
It's on Comedy Central. So I requested that my name be in the credits, and I would be happy if just all the letters of my name appeared in other people's names. So
you did that, man. You made that hashtag up.
I made one up, and I was very conscious about not being cocky about it immediately until I saw
fucking lost it on them.
But here's the reason why. Because I did that one time. I was just doing another thing. Again, it's all at midnight. You just like the hashtag wars, and I wrote something, and then I saw that somebody else had written it,
right? And
then I was like, oh, it was funnier when I said it, type thing, right? And then I realized it was him who said it. It was he who said it first, and it was an actual like known comedian, and he was not happy with me, and he like sent me a dirty like a mean message.
For real?
Yeah. He was like, first off, I don't steal. Blah blah blah, and I was trying to make it very jokey because I was like, I didn't think he stole
had it
it
out with
from,
some guy,
and I didn't think he stole it from me.
So you stole it from him?
Yeah, well, I didn't even steal it from him. I just thought of the same thing that he thought of, and I saw his afterwards because it got favorited by At Midnight. Again, somebody else getting credit for something that I wrote down. But this time he wrote it down first, so he deserved the credit.
Whatever, who cares?
I know, but I did that.
Wait. So what did you say that he gave you the snarky remarky?
I said I was like, it was funnier when I wrote it.
Oh, I thought you were like thinking that.
No, I wrote that.
Beautiful.
And then
I just ripped anything off. Oh my god, I'll pick. Good, fuck them.
And then he's like, check the timestamps or whatever. And then sure enough,
why don't you check this timestamp on my boot in your ass?
And then,
what's his name?
His name's Mike Lawrence.
You think I could take him?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Fucking A, I could.
He looks like a ginger version of you if he was homeless.
Oh my god, really?
A little bit.
I'm gonna get with this guy.
He's actually.
I see you later.
He's Vicky Lawrence's son.
Oh my god, what?
Like legit. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, apparently.
Mama?
Yeah.
You got dissed by Mama's son.
I know, but now I want him to date
I don't want to kick his ass now. He's Mama's boy.
No. And no, I'm totally on his side. I totally took his side. I'm like,
no,
you're right.
What? I'm flopping back on this one. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying
I don't care who was at fault. He was. You're in the right. He somehow.
It was also years ago.
You can fix up the computer to make it his hashtag before your hashtag.
If I was smart enough to do that, I'd be the president of the United States
of Ukraine.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was that.
That's awesome.
But like I said, that was years ago.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
You never let that one go, huh?
But this was probably around the time.
He's crying right now. Everybody.
I know. I was probably more before that, but again, we've talked about it before. We did a bunch of episodes prior to the ones that you guys can see on iTunes and SoundCloud and all that, and they all got lost on us.
A shit ton of them.
So
in the flood.
Yeah, we're finding a bunch now. Just little chunks. We're recovering what we can off that hard drive. Todd, for panicky reasons, was not sure the age of the naked girl who was on the hard drive, so we just rubbed a magnet all over it.
Oh yeah.
But we're pulling stuff off, and it looks, and the girl's at least 18 now, so it should be fine.
What's the problem? I was pulling stuff off too. Let me tell you.
Yeah. So we got a little clip here from years and years back now, actually, because it was before I was married, and I've been married almost 10 years now. So we were watching a movie.
Yes.
And we had just both recently broken up with our girlfriends.
We did. What were we watching?
Oh God, I don't remember.
The Bodyguard?
No, it wasn't The Bodyguard.
What were we watching? What a rack it was. It was a rack too. I don't. You didn't get through all that much trivia. Like it just was not. It wasn't really up to snuff. Well, they never are, but more than usual.
No, absolutely. Oh, we were watching Schindler's List.
Oh yes,
Yes.
That movie was not as funny as people said.
No.
Not at all.
I laughed a lot during it when we were in the theater, but I was way too young to understand what the Holocaust was. But my understanding of the Holocaust now, because it's the anniversary of the Holocaust as we're recording this.
It is?
Yes. And
happy anniversary. Is that what you're supposed to say?
No.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Fucking mental problems. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
But Trump, in one of his speeches, said the word Nazis.
Nazis.
He was like in the Nazis.
His symbol looks like something that came off the Nazis.
I liked very much, though, who was it? Seth Meyers made the joke. He's like, is it wrong that I feel a little relieved that he doesn't know how to pronounce the word Nazi?
He's faking it.
Yeah.
His people were like, you messed this word up. So then people will be like, oh, he doesn't even know what racism is.
Yeah.
He's Trump.
He probably tried the same thing when he was cheating on his wives. Adultery.
With his daughter.
Yeah.
You know what?
Just
show the scene from Volcano where the kid looks and he goes, look,
they're all the same. That's
how Trump's brain works.
That's how all of my dreams work. All right. So anyways, we were watching Schindler's List. We were not in the best of states, but we figured we'd share what we could with you.
Yes.
So here we go.
Welcome to the Miscast Commentary Archives.
Okay, man.
I
know. How could she do that to you? How could she do that to you? Wait, are you crying about the Nazis or are you crying about your girlfriend?
I don't even know anymore with the Nazis.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, big guy.
At least
when you cry like that, everyone's like, I just broke up with my girlfriend too, and you're gonna get me going. I didn't want to tell you because you broke up with your girlfriend, and then I didn't want to steal your thunder.
You're not stealing my thunder. Your thunder is as good as my thunder. I feel like these guys had it so much worse than us, but I feel like I've had it the worst of all.
He's pooped a little.
Anyways, this was a very important role for Liam Neeson, and it really got his career going. Other than
a really important day with my girlfriend tomorrow, but not anymore. Who's this guy? Just get into the movie. Just get into it. Let's get where are these guys going? Is the lunch numbers of me?
Where are they carrying?
I can't even pay attention to the movie.
All I wanted to do was, hey, that guy looks like he would make a good Voldemort sometime in the future.
It's a good call. In the future. Whoa!
There was a movie.
My girlfriend had boobs.
I remember when I saw a movie one time. She wouldn't even let me touch her.
I hear you. I hear you, man. Oh, God. These guys could just carry me off.
Thank you for visiting the Miscast Commentary Archives.
All right, so yeah, that was us. Things got better for us.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Slightly.
We do have those crying things, but I know how to edit now, and so that wouldn't have made it to air.
Yeah, no, not at all. We actually have don't you have an app that converts crying into sportscaster talk? It's like a default. It sounds weird in the middle of a sentence, but it's
true.
Better than sobbing.
I'm just remembering her again now, though. That really brought up some memories. Top of the ninth,
yes.
And 3-0 with the pitch. Hit. And it's going.
Yo,
it's going. It's
mama.
going. Thank you. I'm going to be okay. Me, oh my.
Oh, me, oh my.
What else do I want to talk about?
What else did you want to talk about? I want to talk about that I'm now 255 hours into The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, congratulations.
I know, it's like an anniversary.
Nice.
Every hour I have an anniversary party. I get it loaded. I just stumble. Happy anniversary.
I'd beaten this game if I still would have not partied every time.
And a lot of the reason I'm at 255 hours is because like I'm wasted and the game is on and I pass out.
You're just literally walking.
I'm still walking out of the first thing.
Somehow you make him. He's stumbling.
Yes,
he trips and.
Well, he does, yeah.
Well,
when you're holding the game on the go and you fall over, he falls over with you, bud.
Nice.
Good right.
Another thing, I wanted to bring back an old chestnut that we did in the early days. I wanted to bring back the top 5.
Yeah! Top 5.
This one, for us, I wanted to celebrate the top 5 Canadian films.
Whoa.
Now, Canadian films, there's a very...
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do they have to be star Canadians, be made by Canadians, made in Canada, or all the above?
To be considered Canadian content, you need 2 of the 4 major things. You need to either have been written by a Canadian, it must be shot in Canada, must be produced by a Canadian, or must be directed by a Canadian.
And you need how many? 3 out of 5?
You need 2 out of
2,
5.
Okay. Jesus.
So these ones all count. Now you guys can argue some of them, and again, it doesn't even mean that because it's a Canadian movie doesn't mean it's also not an American movie or also not a British movie, what have you. But these are Canadian movies for very specific reasons. It's not like I just took something that's like, that was shot in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
So,
wow, it's very... I wonder how many movies you could go through and it would not count. You'd be like, oh, this is a Canadian movie. Nope.
Yeah.
Because of your stringent rules.
I have very stringent rules. None of the Rocky movies are Canadian.
What about The Running Man?
One of the Resident Evils counts as a Canadian
movie. Which one?
The one that they shot in Toronto.
Oh, great. Yeah, I saw the streets. I was like living there.
Yeah.
And the streets were all shot up and there was like flipped over car. It was cool. They just left it for the night.
When we moved into our new work building, about a month into us being moved in there, they shot a big scene from RoboCop in the building, that like outside the building next to us. So you'd go out and you'd look outside and there was like cop cars flipped over and fires everywhere.
Sweet.
So it was really cool. And then it was very disappointing to watch that movie.
Any day.
Yeah. Well, it was good news because it was around the time when they were just tearing down the old buildings that were there to put up the new ones. So it looked very much like RoboCop's Detroit.
Cool.
But anyways, so first thing, I'll give a little...
This is the best Canadian movies?
This is the top 5 best Canadian movies. Give a little honorable mention to Scanners. Scanners is a good old horror movie. We watched a lot of Scanners. Yeah. And then you just watch people's heads explode. That was the entire movie.
Michael Ironside. Eyes bleeding.
Yeah. And then Black Christmas.
Ooh, with... that movie was freaky.
Yeah. With
Margot Kidder.
Margot Kidder was in it, as was a very young, hippie-looking Eugene Levy. With his giant mustache and semi-afro, and Andrea Martin also.
Andrea Martin is big time in the movie.
Both of Second City.
Yeah, she's like the house marm.
Mm-hmm. But here are my top 5.
Here we go.
From David Cronenberg, the James Woods film Videodrome.
Ooh, that's a creeper.
It is an old creeper.
All those movies are fucked up, though.
Another one of Jamie Lee Curtis's Scream Queen films, Prom Night.
Oh.
Yeah, it's also starring Leslie Nielsen and Michael Wincott.
That's right, yeah.
Now this is one, again, people could argue where it lies on the thing, but Meatballs.
Meatballs.
I put that on my number 3.
Are you ready for the summer?
Yeah. Directed
Bill
by
Murray's in that,
Ivan,
right?
Yeah, and as is John Candy. No, sorry, that was Stripes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was like, what?
Stripes also technically a Canadian movie.
Yes, I didn't like that movie a lot either.
What was that?
I didn't really like Stripes a lot either.
No, Stripes is not in my top 5.
No.
Number 2, Eastern Promises, another David Cronenberg movie.
Yeah.
And it would have been my number 1. It is, in my opinion, the best of the 5 movies that I've listed.
Right.
But again, it's got a lot of American, it's got a lot of whatever, but it is technically a Canadian movie, shot in Canada, directed by a Canadian, produced by a Canadian, written by a Canadian.
It's got Viggo.
Yeah, but it's got Viggo.
And his penis. Is that the one with Viggo's penis?
Viggo's sweet floppy dong all over the place. But our number 1... Yeah, you are owning this one with me, whether you like it or not.
Right on.
It's the one that taught me not to stick my dick through a hole in the girl's shower. Porky's.
I thought I was peeking. You think I thought it said Popeyes.
Yeah, it was about Louisiana fried chicken.
Yeah, what the hell?
But yeah, Porky's is
quintessential
Canadiana. It's so funny.
That was like back in the day when it was okay to just like do whatever sexually, like run into the girls' locker room with your dink flopping around, and as you run out, you slap them all with it. That's just considered like a hilarious little prank.
Yeah, and only one of two things would happen: you'd get made fun of for having a small penis, or you would get your dick sucked.
Yeah,
it was like
bit off,
depending on who you gave it to.
Oh, hungry Ethel.
Like if you give it to the porker, because that's again how people were treated back then.
Fucking A. There was no separate bathrooms back in the Porky's days, baby. We all went one big, huge toilet.
But of course, Sex and the City's Samantha, Kim Cattrall, is in this movie, and she gets nailed and just screams and screams and screams. Great. If you've not seen it, it is a great movie. It is in its own way like the first American Pie.
There's like 4 Porky's movies.
Yeah, but one matters.
Why don't we get a new like Porky's 2000?
Well, because that would still be almost 20 years old.
Oh yeah.
Like let's do Porky's 2020. That's the next.
No, fuck that. Porky's
that's the next
2020. Laser beams and shit everywhere.
Hopefully.
Oh my god.
They're using like high-tech infrared technology and drones to see naked chicks.
Exactly. And it's all robot naked chicks, so it's not, you don't even need to peep on them, but whatever.
It sounded stupid when you said it. Now I'm on board. We're going to make this happen.
Whoop.
So yeah, I mean, that's our top 5. We very much want you guys to tune in next week.
Yes.
Watch some Canadian bacon with us.
Yes.
We will be releasing this on the 7th.
Yeah?
I believe it is.
Is that it?
Yeah. So it'll be just after all that. So you guys will have your time to drink and have fireworks and blow off your hand if you from fireworks. If you never saw that picture of the one guy from the New York Giants,
He blew his hand off?
Yeah, he blew off like 2 of his fingers, and then he got like essentially booted from the team temporarily, and then he got himself back on, and he had to wear this big like club of a cast because like his hand was mangled.
He still played.
Yeah, he's
a warrior, and he's still doing fireworks too. That's a champ.
He's stupid. He's just like, it's that kind of thing. It's like, oh, I get paid, $5 million a year or whatever.
Firecrackers, I can take my fingers off.
Yeah, I was like, I will not be anywhere near friggin' firecrackers. I won't be doing any of that stupid shit.
I still have a box of firecrackers I gotta give her. You gotta let the kids light it off, though. You get together with people that have kids, you get them to run up, man. They're fast, them kids.
Go camping. Toss the entire thing into the fire
and run.
Duck.
Yeah.
No, don't
duck.
Run. Duck.
Well, if you got one of those wooden chairs, right? You just duck down behind that thing so you can at least have a crack to peek through, right?
I was at a bonfire one time where literally it was such a huge bonfire and everybody was shielding themselves with cardboard. And that's how drunk everybody was.
There's no way to back up anymore.
Oh, but it's all like going for no. We were in a backyard. Everybody could have backed up, but everybody wanted to be close to it, and they were all super drunk. And I was waiting for somebody to catch fire, but nobody did.
Oh man, what an anticlimactic story!
I know, but enjoy you guys. We hope you guys enjoy your holidays.
Yes.
Go out there,
have
a blast,
wave that
enjoy
flag,
some summer.
Man. Wave it,
yeah. And if you have one of those weird flags that's like one on one side, one on the other side, do that. Be those annoying people who go stand on the bridge and jump from side to side and go, "I'm in Canada, I'm in the States, I'm in Canada."
Oh, you need to paint your pubic hair as the American flag, as the colors of the American flag, and then you raise it. Raise the flag for America.
There you go. If for some reason that is your natural hair color that way, please send pictures to me. I won't distribute them or anything like that. I just want to see.
Oh, yes. They're going to be all me. Getting the dye out tonight.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be it for this week. Tune in next week. We love you guys.
My pubic hair now is dyed to look like Dennis Rodman.